How we doing, folks? This is the Pop Music Freak. I am back with another Song Facts Countdown video, counting down my 1,000 favorite songs of all time. And we're up to number 829 on my list. One of the many big hits in the early 80s for this British band. Kind of jazz influence, kind of reggae influence, kind of rock and roll influence, of course. We're talking about The Police. And the song is Spirits in the Material World. So let me give you the song facts on this great song. Spirits in the Material World, a song by the rock trio The Police, written by Sting. It is the opening track for their 1981 album Ghost in the Machine. It was released as a single in 1981 and reached number 12 in the United Kingdom and number 11 in the US in early 1982. More details. It was recorded sometime in 1981. Was released in the UK on December 11th, 1981. It's released in the US early in 1982. I think the week was January 16th, if I'm not mistaken, or January 23rd. But here's the background information on the song. Spirits in the Material World was written by Sting on a Casio keyboard while in a truck. It was his first experience using a synthesizer. He is quoted as saying, "Spirits in the Material World was written in one of those Casio keyboards while I was riding in the back of a truck somewhere. I just tap, 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 and there it was, just by accident. That was the first time I ever touched a synthesizer, that album." Sting on the Synchronicity Tour program, 1983. Andy Summers' presence on the studio track is considerably less pronounced than on the vast majority of Police songs, and in fact, Sting wanted to record the song on a synthesizer. He wanted for it to use synthesizer instead of guitar, and to play the synthesizer part himself. Summers thought the synthesizer part should be replaced by guitar, and after considerable argument, they compromised by recording the part on both instruments, with a mix such that the synthesizer drowned out much of Summers' guitar. In live performances, this part was played on guitar only, with synthesizer only used for background chords. The bass part for the song is distinctly complex, with music producer and cognitive psychologist Daniel Levitin writing that it takes the rhythmic play to such an extreme that it can be hard to tell where the downbeat even is. The track was recorded at Air Studios Montserrat. The lyrics comment on the nature of man's existence and the failure of his earthly institutions. Spirits in the Material World eventually saw a single release in 1981 as a follow-up to Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic, making it the third single from Ghost in the Machine in Britain and the second in America. The single, while not as successful as its predecessor, peaked at number 12 in Britain and number 11 in America. It was followed up by Secret Journey in America. The UK B-side of Spirits in the Material World, Low Life, was written by Sting around 1977 in the back of a German tour bus. Although the band's drummer Stuart Copeland claimed to have always loved the song, guitarist Andy Summers claimed that neither Stuart nor I liked Low Life, thought the lyric was snobby and it had a kind of corny jazziness to it. The American B-side, an instrumental song called Flexible Strategies, was recorded in Canada while the band jammed for 10 minutes while working on Ghost in the Machine, when word came for them to create a B-side. According to Stuart Copeland, recording this particular song was a disgrace. As for live performances, band performed the song live during the Ghost in the Machine and Synchronicity tours, the latter of which was included on their live album. And it was also included on their first North American set list during their reunion tour. Since the dissolution of the Police, Sting had often performed the song on solo tours. In all live performances, the song is played in the key of D minor, in contrast to the studio version's A minor. In most cases, Sting plays a more simplified version of the original bass line to play while singing. Now, as for personnel, Sting played bass guitar, synthesizer, saxophone, and lead and backing vocals on the recording. Andy Summers played guitar and the Prophet 5 synthesizer, and Stuart Copeland on drums. Okay, now in terms of chart statistics, I gave you the US, Billboard, and the UK. In Cashbox, US Cashbox, it hit number 15. On Billboard's Top Rock Tracks, it got as high as number 7. In France, it got to number 4. In the Netherlands, it got to number 6. In Ireland, number 6. Number 13 in Canada. Number 44 in Germany. And number 50 in Australia. Now, in terms of cover versions, there's been several. In 1991, Michael Manring did an instrumental version of a song on his album Drastic Measures. In 1995, reggae artist Pato Banton covered a song for the soundtrack to Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. Sting is featured in the song. The song entered the UK charts at number 36 in 1996 and stayed there for 2 weeks. Banton later re-recorded the song without Sting for his Greatest Hits album in 2008. The original version with Sting is also featured on the Covers album, Ray Gata Mandata, reggae tribute to the Police. In 1998, the Puerto Rican metal band Puya did a Spanish language version called Alma en el Mundo Material for the Police tribute album Atlantos de Americas. Let's see, in 2006, Q Magazine issued a CD Q covered the 80s, on which Chord covered the song. That's really about it. 2013, Banda do Sol did a down-tempo cover on the Regatta de Lounge compilation album. Alright, so I think that's about it. That's all the facts I have on Spirits in the Material World by The Police. Hold on, one more thing. Yearly countdown. Is it on here? Billboard 1982, ranked number 97 on the Billboard Hot 100 for the year 1982. So that's it. That's about what we have. I hope you found this to be informative. I'm going to post a link to the video, the music video, in my description. I hope you like the video. I hope you share it. I hope you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I hope you hit the bell that'll notify you when more videos coming onto YouTube. But you have to actually get onto YouTube to see these things. I've maybe not clear about that before. If you go on Facebook, where a huge majority of my people are seeing the videos through Facebook, if you click on it and just watch it there, you won't be able to do any of that. I recommend you hit where it says YouTube, so this way you can get the YouTube page. You can do all that. You can subscribe to the channel and do everything. I would love to have you all aboard. All right? So thank you very much. I wish you all a wonderful day, and peace and love.